there. The last minute they decided it was too full. They moved on up the street, and soon after that the attack happened. So today they came back with their children as well to look at the scene and again to lay flowers themselves. I had a chat to them, and this is what they had to say about the fact is, because I was asking them, do you think really that tourists like yourself, these people were from Seattle, Washington in the United States, do you think many people and the tourists from around the world will still come to Paris? Let's have a listen to what they said.
You get scared, you feel like this was a close call, oh my, this is terrible. But if you kind of step back from that and look at it statistically, Paris is still a very safe city.
I hope that they would think that it's still safe and still keep coming, because what are we going to do, be terrorized and live our lives in fear?
So there we are, the lights here on the Eiffel Tower thankfully are on, but the Eiffel Tower itself and many other tourist destinations, including the Louvre, are still closed until they can get some sort of security, some greater security around those areas. They're not just going to take any chances at the moment. But just that final death toll, it hasn't changed as from the numbers we were given yesterday. 129 confirmed dead at this stage, 350 injured. But also the very worrying news, of course, that nearly 100 are critically injured, and some of those people aren't expected to pull through. So still very sad news here, and people going to the morgue and trying to identify some of those people as well. And a lot of people out there here in Paris still wondering whether or not their own relatives, their own friends might have been one of the victims. Carl?
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, a lot of tears all the way through today, no matter where you went in Paris. It's a nation in grief at the moment, very much, and that collective is spilling out onto the streets. I mean, I guess grief is a very personal thing, but when you see it in a collective like this, it's very hard to take on that level. Rob mentioned the investigation. Just to bring you up to speed with that too, for everyone watching at home now, they have identified this 29-year-old Omar Ismail Mustafa, and he was a known petty criminal. And they didn't believe that he'd done too much more than that, but for some reason or another, after 2010, he went onto their watch list, and they believe that he may have been in Algeria, may have even been in Syria and been radicalised. We mentioned too the car that was seized outside the Bataclan nightclub, that may have had a rifle in it, and investigations, as Rob said, have now moved to Belgium. So look, that investigation is ticking along, but I guess from authorities' point of view, incidents like we saw here half an hour ago may not mean a lot in terms of the investigation, but it does put emergency services very much on edge, and when you've got to move a lot of people really quickly, it becomes difficult.